All right, so what is virtual reality? Virtual reality is a computer-mediated system that uses data to manipulate or interact with the user using sensory environment. And that would be with visual, auditory, and touch. Those are the senses that it's trying to manipulate to make you feel like you're stepping into this virtual reality, hence the name. There's different types or examples from virtual reality. The most popular or common is the head-mounted version. This is the one that goes around your head and your ears. That's the one when people think of virtual reality, typically they think of that type. Another example would be smart eyeglass systems and even contact lenses they have with virtual reality. When it comes to virtual reality, the visual and auditory senses are emphasized. They're so critical because this is the part that you can completely block out in the real world and replace it with this virtual reality. Now, for example, we're going to take the headset version. It goes around your eyes and it covers completely. You can't see a thing. That's where it's so important. If there's even a little slit and it doesn't fit right and I'm doing the virtual reality but I can see stuff that's in my room, it's not going to feel real. I'm going to know I'm in my bedroom. And that's why it's so critical that everything is blocked. And then, of course, with the auditory, they have little headphones that go in as well, and it blocks out all of the sound around. You can't hear anything. And then it's just filled with whatever, world that you're in. As you're walking, you can hear leaves crunching with every step. Or, if a plane were to go by, that plane goes, and most of the sound is going to be, on your left ear, and it starts to fade and get stronger on your right as it comes over here. And that's what's going to help you feel like you're really there. With virtual reality, there's 4 technologies that are crucial for it. The first one is the visual displays that block out the real world, like I just mentioned. The second one's the graphing rendering system. This is the system that creates the images that are constantly changing. The tracking system, that's in charge of orientation. This is one that's very important as well, because as you have the headset on, if I go to look up, when the tracking system is working properly, as I look up toward the ceiling in my virtual reality world, if I'm in a building, I'll see the ceiling or the sky, and if I look left at the camera and everything moves left so that it feels like I'm really in control and that I'm really there. That's a part that's so critical. And lastly, the database construction and maintenance system is also very important. Virtual reality's come a long ways since it first came out, a few years ago. I remember when I first tried it on, the visual part wasn't that good. There weren't, the pixels, the quality was horrible. And I never really felt like I was in another world. I was just kind of, this is cool. But I've seen some of the nicer stuff now, and I've kind of watched videos of people doing it, and it's incredible to see, the advancement that it's come, and even to think of even 5 years from now what it'll be like. I've seen one video where in the virtual reality, you're walking across, there's a plank over the top of a building, and you have to walk across it. And it's the head mount version, so the visual effect is there. The only thing you can see is you feel like you're literally up on top of the building. As you look down, as you're walking across this plank, you just see 100 stories down. For the auditory part, you hear the wind whistling through your ears, cars honking down below. And for the touch, I saw in the video they had fans blowing, and so it really felt like it was windy. And these people couldn't even walk across. They were on their hands and knees holding onto this plank, trying to go, because they literally felt like they were there. I could see virtual reality making a huge impact, changing the gaming industry, just making everything feel so much more real. I mean, you could think about combat games as, you're going through a building and you're scanning, looking for the enemy. But there's a lot of potential here with virtual reality.